Me, on a random Monday, being told finally that I do, in fact, have the ADHDs, continuing to talk. My ADHD. Me knowing I should shut the fuck up already. My goals. Me. ADHD. When you're listening to someone speak and you can feel yourself zoning out. What people don't seem to understand about ADHD is that certain things aren't just boring for us. They can be borderline painful. The mental effort it takes me just to get ready for the day fills me with dread, because there are so many steps, and it's so overwhelming. ADHD is having the day off and thinking of 1,000 ways to enjoy it, deciding on none of those, and laying frozen by your own inability to choose an activity. I'll remember, is the ADHD demon talking? You won't remember. Write it down. Bold of you to assume I'll remember where I wrote it, or even that I wrote it. Starts reading a simple book. Reads the same sentence 3 times. Mind wanders off to random thoughts. Starts over. Looks at phone to check the time. Puts phone away. Me. So what time is it? My brain. Good question. My brain processing the thousands of background noises going on around me. My brain processing words when someone is talking to me. Just a friendly reminder to throw away that half-used lemon in your fridge. Me at 1:30 a.m. Me at 6 a.m. Me. I'll put my drink in the freezer so it cools faster. Me opening the freezer 2 days later. Me trying to find my way back to the lobby after my doctor took me through a hallway with more than one turn. When you hear someone talking about your special interest, but they're getting all the facts wrong. When someone has explained something to you 3 times and you still don't get it. So you just smile politely. You use a vacation day for your mental health. Your spouse suggests some things to be done at the house, so now you'll feel guilty if you don't do them. When you've been masking all day. I want to go back to being weird. I like being weird. Weird's all I've got. That and my sweet style. The ADHD leaving my body when my mom tells me to get a planner. Hyperfixating on my hobbies, games, books, fun facts. I sleep. Hyperfixating on doom scrolling, thinking about stray animals and torture. Real shit. Getting thrilled about stuff. Actually enjoying stuff you were talking about the whole week. But you can't, because the steam is out and you just can't reach the point you were fantasizing about the whole time. And then remembering the stuff you are actually supposed to do. Me. I shouldn't really complain. My childhood wasn't that bad. My therapist. History in school. History as a hobby. When you keep saying you'll fold the laundry later. The fidget I thought would work for me. What actually worked for me? Me. Keeps looking at ADHD memes to see what else I can relate to at 1:30 a.m. I don't need sleep. I need answers. When your package arrives, but the dopamine doesn't hit because you've already moved on to a new fixation. Remembering simple tasks and appointments. A video game jingle I heard once in 1988. ADHDers that take on life without medication. Well, first of all, with caffeine and anger, all things are possible, so jot that down. Plan to make someone understand me. Explain, I have issues concentrating and living because of ADHD. I think everyone has issues with that. Don't beat yourself up. I think everyone has issues with that. Don't beat yourself up. Me seeing if I can use my ADHD meds as a sleep replacement. My heart, liver, and kidneys. Look everywhere for the thing. Every nook and cranny. Buy a new thing because the old thing is clearly gone. Think of a great spot to store the new thing. Find the old thing in the great spot I thought of. Me trying to use healthy skills. Suicide as a coping mechanism. Completes task. Me. Where's my sense of accomplishment? ADHD brain. Best I can do is a sense of relief. When you meet some people who are childless, around my age at my new job, hang out a few times outside of work and they're pretty cool / quirky / considerate. Get comfortable enough to unmask a bit. They seem to like me more for being weird. I turn on the console, then I sit in front of the PC and play for a few hours. My console. Me on Adderall. I just don't like you no more. Overnight pizza. But you liked me yesterday. Catching up on my massive backlog of shows that's causing me anxiety. Watching something completely random I didn't know existed till today. You're finally doing the important thing you've put off for months. Something goes wrong immediately and ruins everything. ADHDRs cleaning their own home. ADHDRs playing cleaning simulators. My brain. Hey, let's find an app for that. My home screen 5 minutes later. Overly analyzing my $20 purchase that would literally change my life in the long run. Impulsively spends over $100 on snacks and energy drinks that I know won't be even that good. Me when I start yapping too much about my hyperfixation and then realize I'm losing my mysterious aura. People complimenting my vast vocabulary. Me constantly having to find words to substitute the ones I can't recall. Friend? Sorry? Gotta cancel. Me waiting for the next hyperfixation to consume me and give me renewed inspiration and purpose in life. My two extremes. Not talking, oversharing. Me trying my best not to interrupt someone when I can totally relate to what they're saying. Me in waiting room of my therapist after using 3 post-it notes, 5 alarms, and 1 calendar entry to remind myself of the appointment. My therapist forgetting we had a session planned. Taking Adderall to focus on a task. Taking Adderall so I can focus on anything other than intrusive negative thoughts about how awful I am. Me trying to connect serotonin molecules to my neurotransmitters after half an hour of oversharing intimate personal info. Shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. My brain trying to find the right produce at the shop. My brain finding 4-leaved clovers on the way to the shop. Telling someone about the accomplishments I had today. Realizing they sound like a child bragging about simple tasks. When you wait 10 minutes for the loading screen to load and realize it actually says, tap to continue. A song I like comes up on my playlist. The same song comes on during a movie, TV show, or on the radio. Me and Saw knowing I'm doomed after I zoned out during Jigsaw's tape and have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Me when I don't talk. Wait, am I boring? Me when I talk. Wait, am I annoying? Hating me. Me. Everyone, according to my RSD, these are your best years. You're young and full of energy. Me after doing anything. Are you not bored alone? Me being alone. When I'm forced to go to a museum of any sort. I am speed. Be a functional, reasonable adult. Continue to do nothing and feel sorry for myself. How long will my new hobbies, diet, and exercise last? It's 3 a.m. Thinking of that thing I did that one time that only I remember but still kills me. Me lounging in bed, knowing full well I have to shower, get dressed, make breakfast, and leave for work in 6 minutes. Alarm is set for 6 hours and 45 minutes from now. Me. Young boys with ADHD. Diagnosis. Young girls with ADHD. Adults with ADHD. How people think I should solve problems. How I solve problems when they leave. My ADHD. I will do it tomorrow, for sure. I am literally going to do it tomorrow. I know tomorrow I will do it. Studying at an IT technical school to find a remote job. Being unable to concentrate and understand topics. Hoping to go to a university after getting on meds. Ending up as a factory worker who only counts minutes till the end of a shift. When you daydreamed so hard that when you came back down, you're actually sad that nothing was real. Me looking at everyone being medicated, wondering when it'll be my turn. Do you remember when? Me. I can't remember anything. Motivational speaker. Unleash the lion in you. The lion in me. When someone tells me to do something I was already planning on doing. When they slightly change the recipe of your favorite snack and it doesn't give you the same dopamine hit anymore. Hacker. I have all your passwords. Me. Oh my god. Thank you. What are they? When you read a whole page but then realize you forgot to understand. My ADHD brain. A well-planned playlist. That one song I heard in the store. Thinking of music. Grabbing phone. Put earbuds in. Forgot what I was doing. Wondering what's in my ears, my brain, the keys to the car. Important document on top of the keys so I don't forget it. Ugh, I have to finish the essay. Me whispering to myself while I do everything but the essay. The suggested video. Me, the YouTube video I'm watching. My watch later playlist. When I manage to complete one small task. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Ask the doc about ADHD meds. Start taking ADHD meds. ADHD meds start working. Realize I do in fact have ADHD and was not. Just lazy. The lore I need to tell to make my anecdote funny. The anecdote. Neurotypicals. If you forgot, then it probably wasn't that important. Me. Get ADHD diagnosed and medicated. Meds help with focus and anxiety. I decide faster that I don't feel like working. I decide faster that I don't feel like working. My 4-day weekend. Getting 1.5 things done. The dozen things I need to do.